Hey guys, Mr. Lassard here with you again. We're going to go back to the classical piece that I started to teach you back in lesson 1 or 2. Hopefully you've been keeping up with that at least a little bit. Today I'd like you to make a little more progress, and some of you are going to be fine getting through the whole piece, but most of you aren't quite there. We've got some challenges, but just step by step, it's a great challenge. Look, playing classical guitar is like really fulfilling because it's a challenge, and when you meet that challenge, it just feels really good, and you get to make great music all by yourself. You don't need a band to play classical guitar. You just have your own band right here with you, and so it's great fun. When I first got into classical guitar, coming out of playing rock and blues and things like that, it was just it was just a new kind of experience. Loved it. So hopefully you will get into this. I found a great resource. I'm going to put the link under the video. It's also on our website, rawguitar.weebly.com. And it's Carcassi's 25 etudes arranged in order of difficulty. So studies for guitar in progressive order, meaning going from easier to harder. And it starts out not so easy for many of you. So that's okay. Don't be intimidated by that. And don't even feel like you have to learn the whole piece. Just get acquainted with it to the extent that it challenges you. You learn a little something, and then you may want to continue with it or just go on to other things. That'll be up to you. What I would like to do is play through this piece and explain some things with the camera on me, and then do the same thing but with the camera on the music. So here we go. Carcassi, and Carcassi, by the way, was a classical era guitar composer, well, kind of classical and into the Romantic era a little bit. He was born in the late 1700s, died 1850 something, and so about 200 years ago. All right, so here we go. I'm going to play and explain. C as my bass note. If I'm using my fingers, thumb on that C. Let me make sure I get my right hand in here. If you're going to use your pick, that's fine too. Just make sure you alternate pick, right? Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Okay? If you're going to use your fingers, thumb, M, I, M, I, M, I, M, thumb. Now, the arrangement that I have the link to actually says thumb, A, ring finger, thumb, A, M, I, and then it kind of leaves you hanging. A, M, I, M, I, M, I, something along those lines. As long as you're alternating, that's fine. I would probably not do A at this point, probably just do thumb, M, I, M, I. Okay? That'll be up to you, but just be consistent and make sure you're alternating. In other words, not thumb, M, 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 or thumb, I. Every time you play a note, on this piece anyway, and other than when there's some times where we have to use thumb several times in a row, otherwise you should be alternating. Never the same finger twice in a row, and same thing other than the thumb, and same thing with the pick, always alternating, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. By the way, that would be awesome exercise even for those of you that are like rock and roll is your thing. If you can do this with a pick, down, up, down, up, down, you will be it'll really help with your rock technique as well. All right, so here we go. Second measure, thumb, third measure. And here, the fourth measure, just keep alternating with M and I. Pinky on the F sharp. Second line, which would be what? Measure 5. Thumb on the low G. pinky stretched out there for the F sharp. Pinky on the C, or you can let go of the third finger and bring that over as well. Depends on how long you feel like that G should be held for. Probably we should let go of it, all right? Okay, so that was the C. If you have the music printed out, which you should, go ahead and pause the music, print out the music from the link. I'm right here at this C, the last measure, the second line. Okay, now here they have a little different fingering than the last arrangement. So remember, we went to that open E, and then we went up to the 5th position, second finger on the 6th fret. I think I would still recommend that. That takes me up to the first note of the 3rd line. That's as far as we got last time, if I remember correctly. Okay? Open E gives me opportunity to transition to 5th position. Continuing on the 3rd line. A 2 in a circle, that means staying on the 2nd string. Open E, back to 1st position. Then I have all these bass notes, which they say to alternate P, I, M, I, M, I. That's fine. I probably am just going to do all thumb. Right? Those low notes there. 3rd line down, 2nd measure. Open E, 2nd finger F sharp, 4th finger G sharp. Now, why am I using all thumb for this? Because the thumb has a certain sound to it that's just really great on the bass notes, right? Nice, strong, punchy kind of bass. And so to start alternating is fine. But to do that with the thumb just gives me a nice bass sound, so I love that. So 3rd line down, starting on the 2nd measure, open B, and then all this great bass stuff. Back to alternating with the other fingers, F sharp and G sharp. Last measure of the 3rd line. A natural, just reminding you, go back to regular G instead of G sharp. A natural, back to regular F. 4th line. Oh, I made a mistake there. 4th line down, 2nd measure over. We have G, F sharp, G, A, G, regular F. Natural sign there, I missed. So we have a little conversation going on here, right? So we've got starting 4th line down, 3rd measure over. We have some treble, higher note melody, and then an answer in the bass. Melody up on the high notes. Sorry, next line, melody in the bass. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line down, 2nd measure. E, open, 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 D sharp with the pinky to E, another D sharp, E. Now, here's the one couple measures here that are going to be a little difficult if you're using a pick. Okay, let me see if I have a pick handy. Okay, so if you're using a pick, and I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th line down, last measure, Now what's difficult about this with the pick is you have something on the 5th string and the 1st string at the same time, and all you have is one pick, right? So pick and play 2 notes at a time, no problem if those notes are right next to each other. But when one's on the 5th string and another's on the 1st string, that's tough. So what you do is you play the bass note with the pick and bring this finger over, and you're going to go like that. Okay? And then right back to the pick with an upstroke. See that? Pick and an A at the same time, then an upstroke. Same thing here, although since the strings are right next to each other, halfway through that measure you could just do one down strum. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th line down. 6th line down, I got A and C, E and B, again, pick, and this time either A or M, ring or middle. All right, so if you're using your fingers here, I would use A, right? Because we've got such a distance between the thumb on the 5th string and the open E, and then right back to alternating with these. Okay, so this is the last measure of the 5th line. All right, so let's go on now to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th line down, 3 from the bottom, C chord. An F form, okay, I think we've all learned that, right? Cover 2 strings there, 2nd finger here, that's your normal F chord, but you're going to bring it up 2 frets, so F chord, F sharp chord, G chord, and just do 4th string, 3rd, 2nd, 1st. All right, right hand fingering for this measure. Thumb, I, M, A. Right, thumb, index, middle, ring. Thumb, index, middle, ring. Thumb on the 4th string. Then slide it up to the 7th fret. Same exact chord form, right? It's kind of a mini bar chord. I'm sorry, 8th fret. 8th fret. Back to 3rd fret. Okay, back to the C chord. All right, so let me do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th line down, C chord, like an F chord, but slid up to the 3rd fret. Same exact chord form, but slide it up to the 8th fret. Back to the 3rd fret, back to a C chord. 1st finger on the F sharp, 3rd finger on the C, 2nd on D sharp, pinky on the A. Right? Kind of a odd sounding chord. It's called a diminished chord. 2, 3, 4. All right, so this is where it's going to get tough, and this is for where you may need to slow it down. But let me go ahead and start that line again. 7th line, C chord. An F form on the 3rd fret, 8th fret, back to 3rd fret, back to a C chord, 1st finger on the F sharp, 3rd finger on this C on the 3rd string, 5th fret, 2nd finger on the D sharp, okay, 2nd string, 4th fret. Then pinky here. So you got frettage, you have 4, 5, 4, 5. Then 5, 5, 5, 3. And then 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay, so 1, the last 4 notes of the 7th line. 1st finger on the G, 3rd on the 3rd string D, 7th fret. So 5th fret, 7th fret, 6th fret, 7th fret. Back to your F form on the 8th fret. Now if you have dots, position markers, almost everybody has a position marker on 7, so this is 8th fret, right? Lost my place. Where am I? 8th line, right? Yes, 8th line. So back to 3rd. Okay, so 8th fret, 3rd fret, just that F form moving around. C chord, 2nd, 3rd, 1st, 4th. This is an E7 form, okay? And the strings you play will be 5, 4, 3, 2. A minor chord, F in the bass, F. Okay. Now, some of these chord changes are tough, so what you have to do is just put down the fingers as you need them. Don't put that whole chord down right away. So I'm on the second to last line. That was the first measure. Second measure, C chord. As I'm forming this E7, just put 2 down, play it, 3 down, play it, 1 down, play it, 4 down, play it. Don't feel like you have to go straight from the C to E7 like that. That's tough, right? But one finger at a time. 2, 3, 1, 4. Okay. Same thing here. 1, 3, 2, 3, 2, open, 1, 3, open, open, open. Bottom of the page. Again, shift up. Okay, bottom line, second measure. Don't play the first finger C on the 2nd string, but on the 3rd string, 5th fret. That's important with the thumb. And then 8th fret C here, so C, C, that's an octave, right? And we have some rests, C chord with different strings, C chord. Okay, I think I'm going to save going through this same lesson with the focus on the music for a different lesson. But let me just play this for you. Remember, if you're ready to play along but not quite able to keep up, on YouTube you can adjust the speed. Okay, so go to the setting thing and cut it down to half time, and then 3/4 time, and then regular time, and then maybe even faster if you want to challenge yourself. Okay, so here we go. Kind of, it says allegro, which means fast. I'm not going to take it too fast. All right, not perfectly smooth, but you get the idea there.